Alright, so now we're going to apply synthetic division to the problem you just did. So the first step is to do what? We're going to apply the zero product rule. Here it is. Now you have to be careful here. Class, should I put should I put -2 here? Zero product rule is, well, there's no product. There's really no multiplying. What do we use the zero product rule for? Is if, like, I don't know, you just factor it in, you have to solve it, and you set each of those equal to 0. Do you remember that? I'm making up a problem here. The zero product rule says there's products. One of these has to multiply to be 0, so it means one of these is 0. So I'm just kind of applying the same kind of technique. We're just going to set it equal to 0 and solve for it. X is equal to what, class? Okay, this is a big idea here. Binomials is the same thing as a x-intercept. A binomial, x minus 2, is the same thing as x equals 2. Now, don't get stuck. Again, this is not -2. Okay? Alright. In your directions, I should have also written about the coefficients. So, I have, let's see if I can do this with a bigger pen. 1, -2, 0, and -4. 1, -2, 0, and -4. So we applied the zero product rule, or just making my binomials, the factors, into an x equals 2, and then I did my coefficients. Okay? Class, what's the next thing we need to do? We're going to bring down the first term. Now I'm going to zoom in here. You put a 1. What do you do next? So this is the diagonal part. Class, 2 times 1? 2. Put it here. What do you guys do next? Add down. -2 plus 2? And then what do you do? Repeat. So 2 times 0? Add down. Multiply. Add down. This one here represents the what? The -4 is our remainder. Okay, now we have to interpret what this -4 means. This one was 1x cubed, yes? This here represents 1 less than what you started with. So instead of being 1x cubed, this is going to be what? 1x squared. What do you think this one's going to be? Girls, focus. This one? And this is your minus 4 over x minus 2. Now, this is a big deal knowing the zeros are there, but when you write your answer, do we normally write with the zeros? No. We normally write something like this. X squared minus 4 over x minus 2. Did you notice how that 4 is negative, but I kind of put it in the same line as the fraction line? Do you see that? Yeah. So, we just applied synthetic division to the same problem we just did for the warm-up. Set it equal to 0. Get your coefficients. Bring down the first term. Multiply diagonally. Then add down. Keep going. And then your last one is your remainder. And then you kind of can go from there. This is your constant. That would be your x, and that'll be your x squared.